Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Puri, and I am the incoming president of AFERM. I hope you have enjoyed this year's AFERM Summit and that you were able to learn something new, meet or at least listen to someone interesting, and feel a little bit more advanced in your own personal ERM journey. I'm sure you'll agree that we all now have a clearer vision for taking on tomorrow's risks. I truly wish we could be together in the same room because of the collective wisdom, passion, determination, and energy of the ERM community. Together, we are creating new ways to drive and sustain change across government by implementing ERM. I was inspired today by the range of topics that we've discussed, including ERM's value proposition, integration with cybersecurity, ERM in a virtual world, and risk sensing and data-driven risk management. I want to thank Meredith Stein and Marianne Roth for not only putting on another great summit for everyone, but also for rising to the occasion of having a conference virtually. Back in the spring, when AFERM had to make the decision whether to have the event virtually or not, both Meredith and Marianne showed their great leadership and decision-making skills. And I want to make sure we all recognize this and thank them for taking on an even bigger challenge than in a typical year. A big thank you also to our many sponsors, for whom the summit is also usually a major event. I hope that many of you will seek out and engage with them on the topics of interest to you. I'd also like to congratulate all the AFERM Award winners this year: Marianne, Curtis, Ed, Meredith, and Andy. I have been lucky to know and work with each of them, and I am so happy to offer my congratulations on their awards. I also look forward to seeing what all of you do in the next year, what amazing things you will accomplish in our field, and which of you will be nominated for AFERM Awards next year. Finally, I have to thank the AFERM board and committee chairs for welcoming me to the board this past year. I've always seen AFERM from the outside and wondered how things work internally. So for those of you who may wonder the same thing, I can say that it is one of the most dedicated and passionate groups of people I've ever had the luck to work with. Each and every person on the board volunteers their time to AFERM because they believe so strongly in the power of enterprise risk management to help our government and the citizens that we support. Everyone on the board takes their responsibilities very seriously, and although it can be hard to herd everyone together for meetings sometimes, when we do get together, it's a powerful team. If any of you have an interest in working on the board or working with the board or being on it, I encourage you to reach out to a board member or committee chair. As I've said before, AFERM is successful because of the support and dedication of its members and sponsors, and we can't do it without you. Additionally, as Tom Brandt leaves the board this year, I want to recognize what an amazing contribution he has made to AFERM over his 3 years. Tom's efforts have vaulted AFERM and ERM into the spotlight in so many ways, and his endless energy and dedication are just absolutely inspiring to me. So I want to thank him for setting up such a great example for myself and future presidents to follow. Likewise, as Ken Fletcher moves into the past president role, I want to thank him for his vision in giving AFERM a real strategic direction and setting us on a solid path to the future. This being not only a pivotal year for AFERM in terms of strategic direction, but also challenging due to the pandemic, Ken's leadership has really helped us understand and plan for a very successful future for AFERM. Finally, I am excited to extend a warm welcome to Daniela Daskovska, who will be joining the board as our next president-elect. I look forward to working with her this year and continuing to move AFERM forward in both big and little ways. So now that we've concluded the year, we get to look to what's ahead. Although we are still in the middle of the pandemic, I am committed to finding new ways to engage our members and our sponsors, including opportunities to learn, network, and share remotely. This year will be a test for AFERM to see how agile and flexible we can be to meet both our members and our sponsors' needs. I can promise you, though, that we have multiple ideas in the works and we always welcome new ones. Some of my priorities for this year include expanding AFERM's scope and reach beyond our traditional base, whether to state and local governments or others, continuing to work towards transparency of AFERM's efforts for both sponsors and members, and establishing a set of services that AFERM will provide to members of our community, similar to services that organizations like AGA or RIMS provide to their members in their community. Much of the ability to do this has been laid out and already tested by our past presidents and boards, and I feel we are now in a position to really push forward with some specific initiatives which will allow us to prosper well into the future. I hope that each of you sees as bright a future for AFERM as I do and shares my excitement over where we can go and what we can accomplish. As we head into another presidential election and the inevitable changes that brings, regardless of the election results, I will be looking for those opportunities to share what ERM has done and will do to advance better management in government. With change always comes opportunity, and as we know from the ERM journeys we see in our own organizations and those of our clients and stakeholders, ERM is as much about seizing opportunity as it is about managing downside. I take that to heart, and I plan to let that lead me as we move into an unprecedented but exciting new year. Thank you to all of you for your support and encouragement, and I look forward to this year as your AFERM president.